Firstly, I would like to correct the notion. There is nothing normal about jaundice. It is common, not normal. The fact that something is common doesn't make it normal in any sense. What is normal? What is normal? Is it the yellow eyes? Is it the yellow patches on the skin? No, it is common. So let them not tell you, it's normal thing. It is common in children. It doesn't mean it is normal. What is jaundice? Jaundice occurs when the liver is not able to filter out bilirubin in or out of the bloodstream. So when babies are born, their red blood cells breaks down and is being replaced frequently. So the more this replacement and breakdown occurs, the more it causes an increase in bilirubin in the bloodstream of the baby. So what the baby's liver does is to filter out this bilirubin out of the bloodstream because it is not good, right? So, and it is common in babies that probably did not get to 40 weeks, because at that point your liver might be formed but not probably formed well, or doesn't have the capacity to filter out this bilirubin out of the bloodstream, right? So jaundice is noticed 48 hours after the baby's birth, right? So I'm speaking on this because my baby had jaundice when I gave birth to him, right? So I'm also speaking about this so that in case you give birth vaginally, because when you give birth vaginally, you can actually go home that same day or the next day immediately, depending on how strong you are. The doctors will check you to be sure that you are fit to go home. But once you do cesarean section, you have to stay in the hospital 3 days for them to check how you're progressing, to be sure you are healing properly. So in case you do vaginally and you have to leave the hospital immediately, please come back a day after or 2 days after for them to check if your baby has jaundice. And the reason why they do this 48 hours after birth is because that's the best time bilirubin is of higher dose in the blood, and that's the best time to detect it, right? So in case you give birth vaginally, don't just go home sheepishly. Also watch your baby, even if the baby doesn't have yellow eyes and doesn't have yellow patches, because these are symptoms of jaundice, right? Still go back, let them just check. For you that this cesarean session, you're still somehow cool because you're in the hospital, but definitely they should check. Every hospital checks, but in case they don't check, tell them to check your baby, right? So this thing now that people say is normal, come close. Let me tell you what it can cause, right? So in mild cases, the baby is taken for phototherapy. What happens in phototherapy? The baby is placed under blue light. You undress the baby is putting on diapers, and a white handkerchief is tied to the baby's eyes, and the baby is placed under the blue light and is being closely watched. So what they tell you as the mother is, after 3 hours, come, bring out the baby, breastfeed the baby, because I also heard breastfeeding actually helps it work faster, right? Breastfeed the baby, cuddle the baby, then put the baby back there, right? So for my hospital, my baby was placed in an incubator with blue lights placed on top of the incubator. So why they tie the baby's eyes is so that this light doesn't affect the baby's sight, right? So this, and some hospitals actually improvise. They might just form a little house, put a bed there, you put the baby and just put light on top and just cover the place, right? Both are actually very effective, right? So that's for mild cases. Now, so if it's for high cases, right, they have to do blood transfusion. And what happens in this case is they empty out the baby's blood using a tiny pipe and get blood that is free, that doesn't have bilirubin content in it, and replace immediately. And we all know that blood represents the life of a child, of a being, of an animal, and anything that takes blood away from it is actually taking your life. So it is actually a 50-50 chance, right? So, and I don't think it's something I want to behold. And my child actually did phototherapy. It was mild case, right? I don't think I want to behold that, right? So it's not a good sight. So that's why I say this thing people say it is normal. It is not normal in any way. Please, jaundice is not even something to shine your teeth about. Or probably you can shine because there's a cure, but Some people did not find it funny, right? So then in higher cases, this could lead to connect to rain, and at this point your baby's brain is damaged, which could lead to brain damage and cerebral palsy. And trust me, no mother wants to go through 9 months for your baby to have cerebral palsy or brain damage. Like, this, well, do you get? So it is not normal. So immediately they test your child, right? Please and please start phototherapy. Now this is the twist. When I gave birth to my child, I saw some mothers giving their baby glucose and water, but I did not ask questions because I felt, okay, these persons have been mothers before me, so they know better. This is my first child. I was not, and the hospital never instructed for us to give the baby glucose and water. So what he actually does, glucose gives vitamin D. It helps to break down this bilirubin out of the blood system, right? So even if I thought your baby has jaundice, it breaks it down to a level that is quite safe. Or even if you do sun therapy, it goes. You don't have to do phototherapy, right? But I did not know. So when they tested my baby after the third day, they found out he had jaundice. Oh God, I cried. I was sliding into postpartum depression. Thank God for my friends, Dimi, Cynthia. They kept on calling me, stop crying, he's going to be fine, stop crying, blah blah blah. But I was just tired. I don't think anybody actually gets comfortable in the hospital. No matter how comfortable they make the hospital look and be, you just want to go home. You just want to go to your house. Home is home. So I was really tired of the hospital. I wanted to go home, and they said for the therapy they have to do at least 2 or 3 days or upwards. Hey God, that was me. I spent almost a week. I think just a day remained to make it a week I spent in the hospital. I was tired. So now another twist is, if you find out your baby has jaundice, probably early morning, it's still early in the morning, right? You are to expose your baby to sunlight 7 to 10 a.m. in the morning. Anything above 10 a.m. you are actually spoiling or damaging your baby's skin, right? So in case you are still in the hospital, you can just go downstairs, take out the baby's clothes, where the baby should still put on his or her diapers, tie the baby with a white handkerchief and stay under the sun for 3 hours, then take the baby back in and continue phototherapy depending on the level, right? But if they found out in the afternoon, at that time early morning sun has gone, start phototherapy immediately. For me, phototherapy is also effective, and they said it's even safer for the baby's skin, but for me it is slow, right? It doesn't mean it is not working, right? Though a doctor was speaking with me and she said the one her husband got was quite expensive and it is very effective. So probably because my baby was inside an incubator and it was quite slow. We stayed there 3 days, and even that third day they didn't want us to go. I insisted I was going to go home and continue with sun, right? So the doctor said, since you want to go home, then we'll just continue with the sun. See, that sun they will not tell you about, but sun is the fastest, because immediately we go home and I started exposing KD to the sun, it cleared out so fast. After 1 week we went back, they took his blood, because the first time they tested, they used the machine, they just placed it on his face and it could read the amount of bilirubin in his system, right? So but the second time we don't use that machine, they have to actually test the blood. So how they actually take baby's blood, hand glove, that thick end rubber part, they actually tear it out of the glove and use to tie the baby's hand. And when the doctor just tied it out, like, is that not so tight? He said, is your baby complaining? So after the camera, they took his blood, he tested, okay, it has dropped drastically, you can go home, but just expose for 2 or 3 more days. He wanted to just be on the safer side. Yeah, but me actually saw changes that the jaundice had already cleared and he was feeding very well too, right? So in case you notice this on time, just sun is actually the fastest, but if there's no sun at that time, please start for therapy on time. Trust me, you don't want to be able to have connectivities. Trust me, you don't want to be able to go through blood transfusion. I actually hope nobody actually goes through it, because I don't even pray for my enemy to even have both the mild, the high, or the highest dose of it, right? Jaundice is not normal. So let me now tell you my own experience. So that third day when they told us we have to go in for phototherapy, I got him. A woman who just finished with her own child. She had stayed there for 3 days, right? So as she was about leaving, I was already crying. She said, my dear, you've not even started crying. By the time they put your baby inside this thing, you see your baby struggling and crying and you cannot touch your baby, and you will cry more. I know she was being innocent, but hey, the tears were just dropping. They were dropping. Jesus Lord. Some people finally sha. So she said her own baby's zone was so high that even when she went for tests, they told her that this baby's brain is damaged. I said, so she now said she was so happy when she came and they said no, the baby's brain is not damaged and the baby is very fine now. Very fine. She gave birth vaginally, so she went home on time. After some time, she noticed the baby was getting yellow, and she had to go back to her. That's why I said if you give birth vaginally, even if they discharge you that day, after 48 hours, please go back. Let them check your baby for jaundice. Don't sit at home. I don't know if they are jaundice that actually hide probably to be there, but you don't know. But don't stay at home. Let them check. Even if you don't see the yellow patch, even if you don't see the yellow eyes, just check. Just check, please. Yeah, to avoid stories that let your 9 months not be a waste. So they undressed my baby, tied him with handkerchief, white handkerchief, and placed him there. And the nurse said, no, you can actually go and rest. After 3 hours, just come back and check him. Come back and check him. Before now, I actually saw a video of a woman that said she placed her baby for phototherapy and the baby was crying. She told the doctor, my baby is crying. They said, leave him there. After some time, foaming substance was coming out of the baby's mouth. They said, leave him there. Probably because it was not there. They thought maybe she was just being maybe she was exaggerating the whole matter. The baby is there because of exhaustion and it's there because when I placed Kavia, they actually told me after some time, turn on the AC. When I turn it off. So on that incubator glass, I saw like water was being down today. That was hot. So, and as a mother, your instinct about your child comes first before any other person. So you know your child better because you and your child have actually shared a bond for the fact that the child was in your womb. So in making Crazy cries or become uncomfortable because sometimes he might cry, pull out the handkerchief, and sometimes he cover his nose. So imagine I went to sleep, the nurse said, So I sat down there even with my tear and not even shit. I just stayed there. My own this child, I've given birth to carry you home alive. Nothing will go wrong again. So I cried so many times, broke down so many times. I was tired of the hospital. I was just like, is this child not going through a lot? So that was just it, right? So once it's 2 hours, I'll just bring him out. Or 1 hour 30 minutes. I'll bring. Please don't do this. Oh, don't do this. I'll bring him out when he's being so uncomfortable because there were times I was hitting the glass. I'll drop the video. You see, he was so uncomfortable. Bring him out, feed him, cuddle him. When he's asleep, and I'll put him back there. The nurse will come. Is it up to 3 hours? Say yes, it's up to 3 hours. It's up to 3 hours. Yes, I'm just feeding him. Okay, please do fast and put him back there. This treatment is very important, right? So that's what I did. And the third day, I said, even if heaven want to come down, today I am going home. Home. Right, so son is actually the fastest. Let nobody just deceive you. Hospital just want to collect their money. You too, you don't want hospital to collect your money, but even if people let them collect the money. They collected my own for 3 days, but the son was actually the fastest therapy. There are some moms that they will say, even if they tell their child has jaundice, they will go home and expose to son. But I'm skeptical about you going home probably in the afternoon or after 10 and your baby stays the whole day with that jaundice in the bloodstream. Do you get? So that's why I said that's the twist. If there's still sun exposed, you go home than just leaving the child and waiting till the next day when sun will come out. And if you not give birth during rainy season when there's no sun, please do phototherapy. Don't say you're saving money. I think for that 3 days you paid 76,000 right here. So that's just it. So if you're a mom here, your baby had jaundice, just tell us your experience. How was it for you? What did you do? Did you use sun? Did you do phototherapy? Which one did you do? Or was it blood transfusion? Just share your experience. Let us connect with each other and know what's up with us. And let's connect and just tell us your own experience. I could learn 1 or 2. You could also learn 1 or 2 from me. So thank you. If you watched this video to this point, please give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye.